All right, hello, music students. So for today, let me just do some short discussions about this topic, time intervals, and then after that, you will do some practice questions on your people's book with the same topic. Okay, time intervals. Okay, I will just present here 6 examples that can be done using the simplest method. Okay, but some of the method and some examples are also presented on your people's book, so you could check also some examples in there on how to work out the time intervals of two given times or date. Okay, so if you say time intervals, we're actually calculating how long, right? Or we're answering the question how long. Okay, let's have the first example. So if how long is it if it is 2:30 a.m. to 11:25 a.m. Okay, you could actually use a timeline. So you've used several times already on working out the time intervals of two given times using a timeline, right? Okay, but this time I will just present only the easiest method, which is actually direct subtraction. So if you will subtract those two given times, always start with the latest time, okay, which is 11:25. So this time are actually written in a 12-hour clock, okay, but this both is actually in the morning, so we don't have any problem with this one. So you could just directly subtract 11, 25. So you will just write first 11:25, okay, and then subtract it by 2:30, right? Okay, so let's do the subtractions in here. But you cannot subtract 25 by 30 in terms of the number of minutes. So you have to get 1 hour in here. Okay, so that will become 10. So since 1 hour is 60 minutes, so you have to add 60 minutes in here, right? So you have to do addition on this part. Okay, and then you will have there 85. So 60 plus 25, that is 85 minutes. So before you do the subtraction in this part, so that will be 85 minus 30. So you will have there 55. Okay, so that will be 55 minutes. Okay, and then just directly subtract the number of hours, which is 10 now, minus 2. So you have there 8 hours. So the answer there, how long is it? If it is 2:30 a.m. to 11:25 a.m., so that will be 8 hours, okay, and 55 minutes. Okay, so that is the answer in there. Okay, so let's have example number 2. So since these two times are given in the morning and in the afternoon, so we're trying to get the time interval of 10:23 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. or how long is it from 10:23 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. Okay, so it's better to write them into a 24-hour clock. So 3:10 p.m. So that will be a 15:10, right? So in 24-hour clock, that is 15:10. Okay, and then 10:23 is just the same. That will be 10:23 also in 24-hour clock. Okay, before you do the subtractions in here. So same thing, 10 minus 23. You cannot directly subtract the number of minutes. You have to get 1 hour in here. So that will become 14. Okay, and then you have to add 60 minutes again because 1 hour is 60 minutes, and then do addition again in here. So you will have there 70. Okay, before you do the subtraction. So 70 minus 23, so you will get there 47. And then 14 minus 10 for the number of hours. So you have 4. So how long is it? 10:23 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. So that is actually 4 hours and 47 minutes. Okay, so those are first two examples on how to work out time intervals. Okay, let's have the third example. Okay, so let me clear the screen and then let's go on with example number 3 and number 4. Okay, for 3 and 4, working out the time intervals of two given dates. So let's start with number 3 first. So how long is it from 12th of June to 10th of July? Okay. Now, so same thing with the time. So you have to start with the latest date, which is 10th of July. So July is actually it's the 7th, right? So that is the 7th month of the year, and then you have the 10th there, okay, 10th of July, and then you have to do or you have to subtract there June, which is the 6th of the month, okay, and then you have 12 in there, and then same thing, you have to do subtractions in here. All right. Now, so since you cannot subtract the number of days, or the right side is actually the number of days. So you have to get 1 month in here. So that will be sixth here. Okay, but how many days you need to add? Okay, you have to look at the month in here, which is the month which is actually finished or has finished, which is the month of June. So you will just add only 30 days. Okay, so you have to add 30 days because it depends on the month. Okay, if it is 31, 30, or 28 or 29 for the month of February, right? So you have to do addition in this part. So that will be 40. Okay, you have 40 days already, and then you have to do subtraction. Okay, so that will be 40 minus 28, minus 12 is 28, right? So you have 28 in here. Okay, now, so there is a special case in here. So always add one. So after calculating the number of days, okay, there is a rule that you have to add one because you are working out from the 12th to 10th exactly. So always add one first. So that will be 29. Okay, so that is the method there. So you have 29 days. Okay. All right. Now, so for the number of months, so that will be 0 months in there. So no month, the number of months that will be 0, but the number of days is 29. Let's try to write this one in terms of number of weeks and number of days. So in 1 week, we know that we have 7 days. So you have to divide 29 by 7, right? So you will get there 4 remainder 1. So it means that the number of weeks is 4 weeks. Okay. And then since you have remainder 1 there, so you have 1 day. All right. So how long is it? From 12th of June to 10th of July, that will be 4 weeks and 1 day in there. Okay, let's do the next example, which is example number 4, from 20th of August to 13th of November. So let's write first. Okay, so the latest date there is November. So November is the 11th month of the year. And then you have 13. So let's do the subtraction. So August is the 8th month of the year. And then you have 20. All right, so let's do 13 minus 20. So same thing, you have to get 1 month in here. So that will be 0. I mean, it's 10 there, right? Okay, now same thing. So how many days you need to add? So you have to look at in here. So the one that has done, which is the month of August. So August, basically, we have 31 days. So you have to add 31 days in here. Okay, so 31 minus 13. So you have there 44. Okay, and then before you do the subtraction, so 44 minus 20, you will get there 24, right? 24 days. So same rule, add one again. Okay, so just to get exactly the number of days from 28th to 30th, so that will be plus 1. So you will have there 25 days in there. All right. Okay. So how many months? So that will be 10 minus 8. So you have there 2 months. Okay. Now let's rewrite first 25 days into weeks and days. So 25, if you divide it by 7 again. So you will have there 3 weeks and 4 days, right? So you have there 3 weeks, that is equal to 3 weeks because 25 divided by 7 is 3, remainder, how many then? So 4, right? So you have 4 days. Okay, so final answer, you have there 2 months. Okay, you have 3 weeks and 4 days. All right, so you have 2 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days from the 20th of August to 13th of November. All right, so there we go. So let's do the last 2 examples, questions or problem number 5 and number 6. Okay, so number 5 and number 6. Okay, so let's do the same method. Let's do direct subtraction for this given date from with a year, right? So April 2018. So that will be 2018, and April is the 4th month of the year. So minus 2008 and April also. So there's 4 months. So number of months that will be 0. For the number of years, 2018 minus 2008, you have 10 years in there, right? Okay, now always remember that 10 years, that is equal to 1 decade. Okay, so the answer there is 10 years or 1 decade. Okay, so 1 year, 1 decade is equal to 10 years. Okay, let's do the last example. December 1896 to December 1996. So same thing. So that will be 1996. December is the 12th month of the year. So minus 1896 and then 12 months also because it's December. So for the month that is 0 also, and then 1996 minus 1896, that will be exactly 100, right? So 100 years. Okay, and then 100 years, that is actually equal to 1 century. Okay, so 1 century. Okay, so 1 century, that is equal to 100 years. Or the answer there is from December 1896 to December 1996, that is actually 1 century or 100 years. Okay, so basically that is the easiest or the simplest method that you can use to work out the time intervals of the given times and uh, dates. All right. Okay, now it's your turn now. So please help me to do now your let's practice on your pupils book pages 83 to 84. Okay.